Our family just did something a little crazy. We went on a cruise-oriented vacation. Not a cruise. Instead, we decided to stay at a cruise port, and not just any cruise port. This cruise port is rated as the worst in North America. We took a journey to Progreso, Mexico. We wanted to find out what it's really like. Is it dangerous? Should a cruiser even get off the ship? And what are the best things to do in Progreso? We decided to explore and find out. Along the way, I get hurt.
You're bleeding. Alright, babe, what just happened?
Okay.
Kelly breaks down.
You can do it, Kel.
And our family builds up. The question is, would I return? First, let's cover some basics. For those not aware, Progreso, Mexico is located on the Yucatan Peninsula, with shores in the Gulf of Mexico. Ships arrive in Progreso at a rate of about 2 to 3 per week, and it is well known for having the world's longest pier, which is 4 miles long. It also has very low ratings by many cruisers. On cruiseline.com, it is rated a 3.6 out of 5, and on Cruise Critic, it is rated a 3.2 out of 5. Not good. So, let's talk about it. We stayed at an Airbnb. It was just a few minutes walk to the pier, and it was a stone's throw from the beach. The home was in a perfect spot to give us a feel for what Progreso, Mexico is really like. Our family has been to Progreso by cruise ship before also. When you arrive by cruise ship, they do have a little shopping area out near where you dock. But if you want to actually experience Progreso, you will need to take a free shuttle. The bus ride on the long pier takes about 7 to 10 minutes and it is free of charge. When you arrive in Progreso, you arrive at the point identified by the green check mark on the map. It is your transportation hub. There is shopping as soon as you arrive and in the street all around. It is set up sort of like a mix between a bus stop and a flea market. From this location, you are just a couple blocks from the boardwalk and the beach. And you don't have to worry about getting lost. The people in Progreso are very friendly and helpful. However, many of them do not speak English, so you'll have to look around for someone to help if you do have a question. But that's not that hard, just more so than many ports of call. So now let's talk about what you can do once you get in Progreso. Of course there is shopping, and if you get outside of the flea market and fill up to walking on the streets, you can find some good deals. One thing I love about Progreso is that the prices are very reasonable. Items that you would expect to cost $20 or $30 US, you can find for the equivalent of $8 to $9. So it's a great place to get some souvenirs. And a little tip there, I would definitely encourage you to go on the street. The flea market only opens up when cruise ships are in. It is set up for foreign tourists and cruise ships. Outside on the streets is set up for Mexican vacationers and locals. The prices are much better. At this point, I should probably bring up one of the biggest complaints about Progreso, and it is regarding pushy vendors. Here is a 1-star review that reads, "Never liked this port. Far from everything, and the people in the town are very pushy, much more than any other port in Mexico." And there are lots of other reviews that say something similar. Now, on this trip, we did not experience that. But we were staying in Progreso for about 10 days. We were getting groceries and all of that. Maybe they just thought we were expats that were living there. I don't know. We were rarely haggled to buy stuff. And when we were, saying no gracias went a long way. However, so many people have made this complaint even recently, there's likely still some truth to it. Now, I do remember the last time we arrived in Progreso by cruise ship that we did experience some of that, so it's just something to be aware of. Another thing you can do in Progreso is try some restaurants. If you're not too full on all of the cruise ship food and you want some good local cuisine, there are plenty of good options. Then you can also just explore the town. But here I should probably address another one of the reasons why Progreso is the worst rated in all of North America. Many people believe it is dangerous. This 1-star review states, "We were unable to port at Progreso due to unsafe conditions, cartel." And here is another that says, "If you are not doing an excursion, this port is scary and horrible. I cannot believe this is a port of call for Carnival." So here is my take on that. After 10 days there and spending loads of time getting input from locals, expats, and others, I believe Progreso is very safe. The Yucatan state outlined here is the safest state in Mexico. It is not part of the natural drug route up to the US border, and you don't have the cartel turf wars over selling drugs like you do in major tourist spots such as Cancun and Cozumel. I did not feel it was unsafe at all as long as a person does not do anything foolish. Another common negative view of Progreso is that it is dirty and that it is a dump. This review says, "This place was a dump. Stay on the ship." Then this one states, Terrible port. It is extremely dirty, and the vendors are among the most aggressive we have ever encountered. We have been there twice, actually 3 times, but the last time we stayed on the ship, and we have no desire or intention to ever go back. So with that, I guess I would have to say that it is based upon expectations. Is there some poverty there? Yes. Is it a polished, cleaned up tourist spot everywhere? Not at all. The boardwalk is very nice, and there are nice spots. But if you want a squeaky clean tourist spot, you'll probably not like Progresso. Sometimes I like to get away from that. And when I visit another country, I want to visit another country, and I feel like you get that with Progresso. Another thing you can do while at port is hang out at the beach. It is a short 5-minute walk from where you are dropped off at. There is plenty of seating available, and the beach is known for its super cheap massages. You are looking at, give or take, around $30 for a 1-hour massage. You are not going to get that price on a cruise ship, so you can make Progresso a spa day. Now let's talk about the fun stuff, excursions. They have all the basics. You can spend the day at a beach club or resort, and there are various tours that are available. But the Yucatan is known for a few things that are more unique to the area. One of those unique things is cenotes. If you look at a map of the Yucatan, you will notice that there is not one single surface river or stream. So how did the ancient Mayan people get water? The answer is cenotes. Cenotes are natural pits or sinkholes that expose groundwater, and there are literally thousands of them in the Yucatan. They are refreshing and they are beautiful. It is something unique that you can experience while visiting Progresso. However, you may want to be cautious if you have a family like mine. We were in one cenote and they began playing something that they were calling the drowning game.
We are playing the drowning game. The competition is not me. How far we can drown? Please don't. Oh, here she comes. Here's Hannah.
This is with us having 3 girls and 1 boy. Imagine if it was 3 boys and 1 girl.
It would be fun.
Do it?
Yeah, do it. Dad, I was like pulling them off.
All up the nose. I didn't know what y'all's intentions were. Is that how you play it?
Yeah, you're trying to drown each other.
Well, no, you're not supposed to be trying to get out?
No, you're supposed to be chilling like you're not dying. Dad's over here. What's he doing, Abby? Trying to get to the top.
I didn't know the rules of the game.
All right.
In my mind, if I'm drowning, the drowning game is try not to drown. Not like I'm gonna go with this. You know,
No,
it's my time to go. Okay, so where the kids were doing the drowning game with me a little bit earlier, the reason I fought back on that is because I don't trust those kids. They may hold me under for an inheritance early or something like that. So, you know. But aside from that, we were able to visit 5 different cenotes. We booked with Shore Excursions Group. They were great. More about that in a minute. The cenotes were amazing to see, fun to swim in, and very refreshing. It was a fun time. Now I did have one little accident. It was totally my fault. Here is what happened. We went to one very large cenote. It was beautiful.
How cool.
What do you think?
And if you look behind me, people actually jump from this height. I guess like professional divers or something, but check this out. Show them how high that is. 59 feet. That's crazy.
We are about to go down, get some life jackets on, and we are about to do some jumping in this sinkhole. Pretty cool. Once you are down inside the cenote, it is gorgeous. The water is super. There are these cool vines hanging down from the top, and then there are some stairs to climb up to some jumping platforms. Let's go, girl. Woo! We did that a lot, but one time it did not go well for me. Kelly is filming my jump. Now notice my reaction when I come up out of the water. Yeah, that is when the injury happened. Kelly did not notice right away until I swam up to her.
Okay, another really cool thing is there are actually fish swimming all around, thankfully. They look very kind and gentle. Nothing like sharks or anything like that. But let me see if I can show some to you. You're bleeding. Alright, babe, what just happened?
Okay, so I went up and asked the guy if instead of going off the diving platforms, I could run and jump. He said sure, which was great. And honestly, it was fun and it was very great. But I'm wearing a GoPro chesty, and the pressure of the hitting the water made it go up. And yeah, I got a pretty good, as my kids would say when they were toddlers, a boo-boo.
Wait, we got, let me close up. We got one on the nose, but we got one on the eyebrow that we've already covered up.
So I probably need to get out of the water.
Okay, I'll come take care of you.
But it healed up in a few days and it was fine. And then a stop in Progresso does give access to one bucket list excursion destination, and that is Chichen Itza. Chichen Itza is the most visited destination in all of Mexico. It is also listed as one of the new wonders of the world. It is alongside other bucket list locations such as the pyramids of Giza, the Great Wall of China, the Colosseum in Rome, Petra in Jordan, Christ the Redeemer in Brazil, and a few others. Chichen Itza is a large ancient Mayan city. You literally could spend an entire day exploring it. There is shopping, guided tours, tons of information, and things to explore. Now I do want to point out that it is a 2-hour drive each way to get to Chichen Itza. So this is really an excursion that you only want to do if you have a substantial amount of time in port. But if you have a full day in port, it is a bucket list experience that I would recommend that everyone do at least once. After all, how many times have you been able to visit one of the wonders of the world?
Wait, you guys
So what do you think, babe?
This place is really cool. I've not been to mine ruins in a long time, so I am really enjoying getting around. It's amazing, the architecture, having a great time.
Now our family has a few screws loose. We like to have a good time, so we decided to build our own pyramid.
All right, Jason,
We need grass.
what are we getting ready to do?
My family, absolutely loco. They want to build a human pyramid with our family of 6 in front of Chichen Itza. So we're gonna die because it means I'm on the bottom. So let's do it.
Go.
Yeah, let's get close to each other.
Oh!
Oh yeah. Did you make it, Caleb?
Yeah, okay.
All right, smile. Everybody look at smile.
Now I am about to answer a key question, but before I do, I have a question for you. Progresso is rated very low as a cruise port. My question for you is on the flip side of that. The question is, what is the best cruise port that you have ever been to? Chime in down below with that. I will be reading those comments. In the meantime, the question I want to answer is the question from this video's thumbnail. Would we return to Progresso? The answer is absolutely yes. Shore Excursions Group would definitely be our go-to to have a good time. We are not sponsored by them, but we definitely like them a lot. They have a low price guarantee. They also have a money back guarantee if you're not fully satisfied with your experience. They even have a back to ship guarantee. If something crazy happens and you miss the ship, they pay all the costs associated with getting you linked back up with the ship, and they give you $1,000 per person just for the inconvenience. But the big thing we like is they operate in small groups. The average group size is 12 people. It makes it more efficient and it is a much better experience. If you're not familiar with them, I will put a link down in the video description. Also, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and we'll catch you in the next video.